So in this video we are going to modify the settings and values of our iris plasma sphere to make it more look like a human iris with a magic touch as shown on the render on the left. So let's dive into the nodes and start making some changes. In the preview render you can see that the purple part is not so much. We can move this color more outwards by changing the value of this matte node higher. Now to make the texture on our shader smaller and change the complexion, we can make some changes to these three nodes here. So by making these small changes in values, we get a more refined iris complexion. You can always pause the video and play around with the values. You can always change them back by looking at my values. Since preview rendering is more straining on my GPU with this shader, I will select a smaller area. Since I honestly like this texture complexion, I will move over to start adjusting and experimenting with the color ramp nodes. So now I am just going to experiment with different colors for some minutes. I suggest you do the same on your computer. Perhaps some different setting on this color mix node might work well. It seems that the different settings gives a nice color contrast, so I think I might stick with that. Of course, feel free to try other settings as well. So let's get back to playing with those colors. We can also try adjusting the scale value of this noise node, which acts as the size of the noise that separate the two color ramp colors. So now I am gonna do something special here. I am gonna duplicate the selected nodes and place them above as shown. Also the emission shader, which I forgot. Then you can connect the sockets as I am doing as well. To connect the copied bunch of nodes with the main node tree, we can use a mix shader node and make the socket connections as shown. We cannot see any difference since the copied color ramps have not been altered. We can start changing the colors of the top set of color ramp nodes. Let's give it a reddish tint. Let's switch between the two color ramp sets by sliding the FAC to left or right. Let's give our top set a more fire-like color effect. Please pay attention which color ramp handles I select. This is starting to look pretty cool, according to my opinion. I can definitely see this being used in some cool projects, like dragon eyes that move dynamically, to name one, or vampire eyes, or just any badass eyes. Now, instead of having only two color options for our eye, we can also combine them by duplicating the top color ramp node and connect it to the vector of our mix shader. Then we can also duplicate a Voronoi texture node and connect it to that color ramp node as shown. We can adjust the transition between the two color sets with the handles of the newly duplicated color ramp node. So let's check out the preview. Wow, that looks pretty awesome. And now you know how to create this awesomeness as well. With this arrow button you can flip the color sets. To have greater control over the transition of the two color sets, we can duplicate a mapping node and connect it to our Voronoi texture node, and also connect the mapping node with the texture coordinate node at the end. We can also connect these two nodes with the coordinate nodes as well. Perhaps not needed depending on what you like more. So let's adjust our color ramp handles and the Voronoi scale value to change the transition effect dramatically. I would say with a smaller scale value we get a nice look overall. Again, I am gonna have a swing at those colors. It looks pretty cool already, but a little experimentation can't hurt. So I think I'm gonna leave the colors as it is now. Feel free to experiment further on your side. So I think our magical iris looks pretty finished. One thing that you could try is to change the setting of this mapping node to normal. This way the color transition emanates from the center of the sphere in streaks. You can make the streaks more numerous by increasing the scale value. But I think the lower scale looks better, so let's change it back to 2 and the mapping back to texture. So our awesome iris is finished. I hope you all enjoyed this lecture and hope to see you in the next lecture where we will start to animate our creations. Thanks for watching.